Morning, happy Tuesday. Today marks the start of the BPN 50-mile ultramarathon prep. I did get selected for the race. Probably about a 5% chance that would have happened. Feeling very honored for that experience, for that opportunity. Shortly after realizing I got picked, started looking for an 8-week plan I could follow. Ended up finding a 50-mile ultra prep training plan and just simply took the last 8 weeks of it. Very stupid to just hop right into a 63-mile week, but don't have much time to prepare. Not in a good starting point either. Of course, I did get sick right at the start of the prep. Seems to be an inevitable obstacle for every prep now. Still hadn't healed from my last flu or COVID incident, and now right back down to square one. Today's run will be 10 miles, easy. Every run this prep will be easy pace, about 10 minutes per mile. Running along the canal. This is going to be an extremely difficult next 8 weeks, but very rewarding. Thank you to BPN for giving me this opportunity. The first race I ever did was the BPN half marathon in April of 2023. And now they will be supplying me with my first ultramarathon experience. Hopefully this prep goes smooth. Off to a terrible start. Honestly, not even surprised I got sick. It's just something that always happens when I get into intensive life and routine. I will admit I do put a lot of stress on my body, and my mental just feel the need to be productive all the time, and it definitely compromises my immune system. Not blaming it on external forces. I mean, it is my fault for getting sick. I compromised my own immune system at the end. So this video will be all about the BPN 50-mile ultramarathon in June. I'm gonna try to do it while running. Gonna have a lot of time on feet, a lot of alone time, a lot of thinking. My first run back from post-marathon was this past Saturday with the Wonga Run Club. Ran with my friend Diego. We did 3 miles at 9 minutes per mile. That was when I was just starting to feel sick. Heart rate ended up being 177 with a 9-minute pace, which is just terrible. So that told me my body was in a compromised state. Heart rate's 174 right now, pulling a 923 pace. Extremely frustrating to see that, especially because these 8 weeks are extremely important. Whenever I get sick, it lingers for, no joke, months. So I anticipate being sick this entire prep. Stupid, but that's just the way it goes. No sense complaining, just trying to stick to the plan, regardless of how I feel mentally or physically. Runners got some more knowledge about the race, so it will be on a secluded ranch in Round Rock, Texas. Address won't be given until a couple days before, just to limit outside spectators and whatnot. It will be a trail and road combination. So my Vaporflies, unfortunately, will not be ideal for that race. I found the Nike Ultraflies. That is the trail racing race shoe. Retails for $260. Ended up getting them for $120 on StockX. Really good deal. So that will be race day shoe. Also just ordered another pair of Nike Invincible 3s, which will be my daily trainer. Very plushy, very easy on the joints. There will be no speed work during this 8-week prep, so every run will be easy, hence why I went with the Nike Invincible 3s. Every runner is also required to have a headlamp since it will be an overnight ultra. Starts at 7 p.m. Cutoff is 10 a.m. the next morning. 15 hours for each participant to finish the race, which is, I think, like a 16-minute mile average. So that's with stops and rests and whatnot. I'm confident I'll be able to finish it, but it will be an absolute struggle fest. I anticipate just going alone, and the room that I stayed in for the BPN half marathon last year was available, so I was going to book it, but my parents told me to hold off because somebody might want to join me and be my crew member. So that made me extremely happy to hear. It's very easy to get caught up within your own goals and fail to realize that people around you genuinely want to support you. The way I see it is, it's an inconvenience for them to come out and support me, so I wouldn't want to put that external stress on them as they have their own goals, their own careers, their own lives that they're focusing on. I didn't really think about it much, but I just figured it would be an inconvenience for them, so I would just go on it alone. Now my sister actually is going to be my crew member, which I think is better than my parents, because although their support would obviously mean the world, I don't want them seeing me in the state that I will get to. It's be very painful, very dark spot, honestly. It could be 15 hours out there alone in the dark, so I know that will take a toll on me, both mentally and physically. I'd rather my parents not see me in that state. My sister will be a little more understanding of the situation, so I'm going to tell her, if I ever talk about quitting, I want you to smack me in the face, because I know if I do quit, it'll feel like the right choice in the moment, but at the end of it, I will hate myself for doing that. This is quite literally a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Like I said, about a 5% chance that I got chosen for this, so I will be giving it my all, both in this 8-week prep and the race itself. I have been daydreaming about the race and how rewarding it'll be, and how grateful I am to have somebody supporting me during that struggle fest. So Gabby, thank you for wanting to be my crew member. As for the race, it kicks off at 7 p.m. on Friday evening. Racers and crew members can get there at 6 to start setting up. There will be aid stations with BPN products such as G1M Sport, Go Bars, electrolytes, maybe even pre-workout. Everything the runner will need will be there. And it's amazing, BPN has scaled to a point where they can have products catered to every individual. There will be no need for external supplements, which is something I'm sure BPN is extremely proud of. Just the ability to fuel every athlete running that day. I realize they just updated their mission. We fuel performance for the committed individual, which I think aligns perfectly with business. They will also be supplying hot food, likely catered for later on in the race. Since Go Bars and G1M Sport, I don't think will be enough fuel, but I am extremely grateful they are supplying those supplements. One, because I'm just curious of how they perform and how they taste, but also it will fuel me to get to the finish. Again, extremely grateful for BPN to give me this opportunity and the ability to participate in this upcoming 50-mile ultra marathon. Is going to be likely my favorite experience of my entire life. I've been a massive BPN fan, Nick Bare fan for years. So it's amazing to be surrounded by not only Nick Bare, but these sponsored athletes. There's a lot of athletes that I follow that will be running that race, like Noah Rolette, Ian Fons, to amazing individuals, highly committed individuals that are fueled by BPN, directly aligns with BPN's mission statement. So that is a brief overview of the race. It will be starting Friday, mid-June, 7 p.m., going until 10 a.m. the next morning, 15-hour cutoff. Each runner is allowed one crew member. Supplements and food will be supplied on course. It will likely be a loop-based route, so maybe 5 loops of 10 miles. We will be getting more information as the race gets closer, so I'll continue to update you guys as I get more. So thank you, BPN, for giving me the opportunity. Thank you to my sister for being my crew member. It will be a huge help. I'll be honest, that was a pretty emotional moment when my parents said that. I told them I was just going to book that same room, just be me and my dad. He said, well, hold off, maybe some more people want to join you. My mom said, you need your crew. And that was a tearjerker, that's for sure. It's amazing to me that people, even my family, want to allocate their time to me. Giving time to someone is a very hard thing to do. So I feel very special that my family wants to support me in this wild endeavor. As for my nutrition approach, I will be doing 500 grams of carbs a day, 200 grams of protein, and about 75 grams of fat, just to ensure that I'm properly fueled for this massive training block. Carbs are obviously the most important for fuel, but protein is also extremely important for recovery, which is something I will definitely need to be prioritizing over these next 8 weeks. I would like to ensure that I get 8 hours of sleep at night, just to make sure I'm properly recovered for the next training session. I am honored to be given this opportunity, and I will take full advantage of it. I'll be documenting the whole prep, the whole experience, all the way up until race day. Also be good to have a crew member to be my videographer. I've not delegated that duty, but thank you in advance, Gabby, for being my filmer and being in charge of keeping me sane throughout the 15 hours of darkness. So this video has been all about the 50-mile ultra that I will be attending in June. Hopefully my sentences have been coherent. It's been kind of rambling, but I'm sure you get the picture. In summary, I will be running a 50-mile ultra. My sister will be my crew member, and I am way over my head for this event. Severely underprepared, but I will make the most out of it, and I will complete those 50 miles. Go one more.